It's day 4 of public hearings at the UN's top court on the legal impact of Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories. Jordan's foreign minister has told judges there can be no peace until Israel's occupation ends.
The occupation is unlawful. It is inhumane. It must end. Yet Israel has been systematically consolidating the occupation. It is blatantly denying Palestinians' right to self-determination. Its illegal unilateral measures are creating new facts on the ground that are killing all prospects for peace. Settlements, illegal under international law, are growing in numbers and are spreading farther in occupied Palestinian land. The number of settlers has grown from 280,000 in 1993 when the Oslo Accords were signed to over 700,000 today, nearly a 150% increase. Settler terrorism is a growing evil. Its victims are innocent Palestinians, their homes and their livelihoods.
Well, the old city is at the heart of Israeli occupation and the conflict. Hamda, we heard from Jordan's foreign minister not that long ago. He had told judges there could be no peace until Israel's occupation ends. And of course, the occupation has been taking a grip for many years where you are. Explain to us what role Jordan plays in managing holy sites, particularly, say, the Al-Aqsa Mosque complex, and why that gives Jordan such a significance in the region.
Jordan's role has always been critical when it comes to criticism of the occupation, but remember that they are the custodian sites of the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, Islam's third holiest religious site, often a flashpoint for conflict, often a site where there is violence against Palestinians, a religious site where there are heavy restrictions on who can go to exercise their worship. We see it every Friday since the beginning of this war, and even before the war, restrictions going up to the Al-Aqsa checkpoints that are set up, men and women who are turned away from going to Friday prayers. Just yesterday at Damascus Gate, we witnessed it ourselves while our team was on the ground there, a checkpoint that was set up by Israeli forces when a group of Palestinians came to Damascus Gate to enter the Old City to go to afternoon prayers at the Al-Aqsa. It was not a Friday, it was not Ramadan, it was just an average day, an average Wednesday in the middle of the day where Palestinians were trying to go pray, and there was a checkpoint set up by Israeli military, and a lot of Palestinians were sent away. But what we did see was Jewish Israelis bypassing the entirety of that checkpoint, walking around the crowd of Palestinians that were being berated by the Israeli military, that were having their bags checked, their IDs checked. This is just one of many instances that Palestinians have to go through when their freedom of movement is restricted in occupied East Jerusalem. But that's not all. There are restrictions on where you can live, the house you can build or not build, if your house is going to be demolished, a practice that is often carried out by Israel when they say that houses and homes were built without the proper paperwork or permits. There are also freedoms of expression that are limited, like flying the Palestinian flag, which is deemed illegal in occupied East Jerusalem. You cannot even fly the flag of Palestine. So this is just a taste of the life for Palestinians in occupied East Jerusalem. And the Jordanians have been quite critical of Israel's occupation, saying that it's only going to get worse if it is not stopped, saying that the practices that Israel portrays every day is an indication, they say, no doubt, of Israel's plans to continuously want to annex other occupied Palestinian lands. And they also talk about illegal settlements, an obstacle to peace, settlements that encroach on Palestinian land, that are built where Palestinians are not allowed to even be around, where there is a secured area within the premises, and these settlements, again, illegal under international law. So what these countries who are arguing against the occupation, like Jordan, are saying at The Hague is that Israel's occupation is illegal and infringes on the rights of Palestinians and their self-determination. And this all comes on the heels of this week, the Israelis pushing through legislation that would ban the establishment of a Palestinian state. And while it is not a non-binding measure, it is a symbolic move view for where the Israelis are at in all of this, not just the war, but in this case that was brought forth by the Palestinian Authority years ago to look over the policies of the occupation and how they are affecting the Palestinian people, not just in the West Bank, but across all of Israel, and specifically here in occupied East Jerusalem.
Hamda, thank you very much indeed. Hamda Soid talking to us from occupied East Jerusalem.